I'm going to tell you something you probably already know, but you're acting like you don't know. And that's no one is coming to save you. You're going to have to save yourself. Now, there are people that love you. There are people that care about you. There are people that want to see you succeed. I'm sure you have those people in your life. But those people can only do so much because you have to do things for yourself. You know that you're overweight. You know that you aren't as smart as you want to be. You know you're not as strong as you want to be. You know you're not where you want to be in life. And I'm not saying we all have it all figured out, but you have to at least try to succeed. Because if you don't try, then you'll never get anywhere. The person who tries is always ahead of the person who isn't doing anything, the person on the couch. The person doing push-ups is always ahead of the person that's not doing anything. You shouldn't let people talk down on you and make you feel like you're inadequate, for better words of speaking. You shouldn't let people make you feel like you're not, as long as you're trying. But if you're not trying, it's hard to not take things personally. Because if you're not trying, then everything someone says you're going to take personally because you know it's true. A certain way that I am so patient and chill and relaxed is that I know the truth about my soul. I know the truth about my heart, right? Like, it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what people do, because I know the truth in my heart and in my soul. And it doesn't matter if people lie on me. It doesn't matter if people try to get a reaction out of me. It doesn't matter what's going on the outside. I know the truth in my soul. So if someone says that I am whatever, like that I'm this or I'm that or I'm stupid or I'm dumb or I'm whatever they're saying about people, if they say that about me and I know it's not true, it's not going to affect me. Now, like, if they say something and it's true, then I might actually feel some type of way. I'm like, oh wow, that's actually true. You know, I'm still gonna be patient and relaxed, but I'm going to understand that they're not lying. They're telling the truth. I am fat. I am out of shape. I am not as smart as I need to be. I'm not doing what I need to do. But if someone says I'm not doing what I need to do, if someone says I'm fat, if someone says I'm not where I need to be, then that doesn't affect me because I know I'm trying my best. When you try, it's actually very easy to ignore the noise. It's very easy to ignore the noise when you're trying. When you're not trying, it's hard to ignore the noise because you know in your soul what you should be doing. You know in your heart what you should be doing at the end of the day. And you need to always strive towards being the best that you can possibly be. Because when you're striving towards something, when you're trying towards something, it's very easy to say, you know what, I don't care what you say because I know I'm trying my best. I know I'm doing what I have to do. I know I'm working to be the best person that I can possibly be. But when you're not trying, then it's very hard to ignore someone when they say you're fat and lazy. It's very hard to ignore someone when they say you're dumb and inadequate. Because you know you're not trying. You know you're sitting on the couch. You know you're eating Doritos. You know you're not going to the gym. You know you're not doing these things that you're supposed to do. When you know you're doing the things you're supposed to do, it's very hard. It's very easy to ignore the noise. It's very easy for me to ignore the noise. I can easily ignore the noise because I know who I am. I know what I do. I know why I do it. And I know that I'm trying my best. When you know that you're trying your best, that's when the noise gets silent and you can drown it out. It's hard to drown it out when you're not trying. And people think that it's easy to just People think it's supposed to be easy to improve yourself. No, it's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to have a difficult time becoming the best person you can be. It's supposed to be treacherous. It's supposed to be hard. It is. When you're lifting weights, it's not supposed to be easy, right? You're not supposed to have a time where you're just lollygagging and you're just in there lifting weights. You're supposed to feel tension in your muscles. You're supposed to feel pain in your muscles. You're supposed to feel something in your body. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be hard. And when you're improving at things and you're trying to improve, it's supposed to be hard. You have to understand that. Let's say you're going to school and you're trying to learn astrophysics or algebra or history, or they're on a debate team. It's supposed to be hard to learn. It's not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, everybody would go to the gym. Everybody would have a six-pack. It's not easy. It's hard. It's supposed to be hard. And the reason why it's hard is because the benefit you get from it is very generous. That's why it's hard. So you should expect it to be hard. The harder things are, the better it is. So how I like to think about difficulties and overcoming things is when I was a kid, right? And I used to play video games a lot. I would play the video game on the hardest difficulty in order to learn the game the best and level up the fastest. Because once you play it on the hardest difficulty, then you get better at the game than, say, someone who's playing on the easiest difficulty. You get better than them. You're better than them because you're playing on the hardest difficulty. You're playing through the most trials and tribulations. So I like to play on the hardest difficulty when I was a kid. That way, when we would all congregate, we'd all get together, I would be the best because I was playing on the hardest difficulty, right? So the harder the difficulty, the more experience you get, the better experience you get. So the harder you push in the gym, the more weight you push, the more push-ups you do, the more reps you do, the stronger you're going to become than, say, someone who just goes in there, lollygags, walks on the treadmill, lifts the 10-pound weights, just goes in there and just messes around all day. You're going to get stronger than them. You're going to get better than them. And that's what you need to understand about life. Start looking at life as a video game. When you go into the gym, put your difficulty on extreme and go. Don't hurt yourself, of course, but go in there and work as hard as you can without hurting yourself. And once you understand that, you know, you're going to go farther. You're going to do better. You're going to push harder. You're going to be the best person that you can possibly be. It's going to be easier to drown out the noise once you can sit back and say, hey, I'm not going to let what anyone say get to me because I am trying the best that I can possibly try to be this person that I'm striving to be. So what you say doesn't really matter to me because I know in my heart and in my soul I'm doing the best that I can do. You understand? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.